For over 500 years, Rome stood as the greatest empire the world had ever seen. Its armies conquered continents, its culture spread across Europe, and its name became a symbol of power and civilization. But in the year 476 AD, the mighty Roman Empire fell. How did a force so unstoppable collapse into ruin? Today, we uncover the story of Rome's final days and empire, too big to control and too fragile to survive. Rome's downfall didn't happen overnight. After centuries of expansion, the empire had grown too large. It stretched from Britain to North Africa, from Spain to the Middle East. Governing such vast lands drained its wealth and tested its armies. At the same time, corruption spread within Rome itself. Senators fought for power. Emperors rose and fell in quick succession, and loyalty began to fade. But the real threat was waiting at Rome's borders. Germanic tribes, the Goths, Vandals, and others pressed against the empire's defenses. Once seen as barbarians, they now had their own armies, their own leaders, and a burning desire for land and freedom. Rome struggled to keep them out. By the 4th century, even Rome's heart was shaken. In 410 AD, the Visigoths, led by Alaric, stormed the city of Rome itself. It was the first time in 800 years the Eternal City had been captured. The shock was immense. The world began to wonder, was Rome invincible after all? Yet the empire limped on for decades. Desperate, Roman leaders hired mercenaries, including the very tribes they feared to defend their borders. But loyalty bought with gold rarely lasted. The empire's own protectors turned against it. In 455 AD, the Vandals sacked Rome, looting its treasures and leaving devastation behind. By then, the empire was a shadow of its former self. Provinces broke away, trade collapsed, and the once mighty Roman legions were scattered and weak. Finally, in 476 AD, a Germanic general named Odoacer deposed the last emperor of the West. Romulus Augustulus, a boy with little power and no army to defend him. The Western Roman Empire was gone. The fall of Rome wasn't just the end of a kingdom. It was the end of an age. Europe entered the so-called Dark Ages, where kingdoms rose and fell, and the memory of Rome became a legend. Yet Rome's legacy lived on in law, in language, in architecture, and in the very idea of empire itself. The story of Rome is more than a tale of ruins. It's a reminder that no power, no matter how mighty, is eternal. Civilizations rise, and they fall not always to enemies, but often to their own weaknesses. So here is the question. Do you think our modern empires could one day collapse the same way Rome did? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more untold stories from history's turning points, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.